It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And we've got Isaiah Likely. He just crossed the century mark last week with 105 yards. It's the Condors and the Bisons. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Bisons of Brooklyn taking on the Condors of Tokyo. Along with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin here, and partner, let's examine this Tokyo ball club as they enter play.
They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to...
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading him out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Up the middle they go. It's Haynes.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And Brooklyn first down.
Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But you look at this defense.
They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Oh, good. There he goes, right side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them.
They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
And pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
This 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Pickens.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson now. Oh, he stays up.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Haney. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 37-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. When you look at this defense,
they've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're only executing.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
To throw is Jackson. That is caught. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
26-yard line.
Jackson. Open man right side is Tony. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing is Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about like scouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now it's Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Haynes. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Throwing on third down, Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bisons post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On second down, Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
He was defended by Martin Emerson.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
On the return, this is Haney. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Jackson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Still going inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 6.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He was defended by Martin Emerson.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
A 50-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 5.
Watson now to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
David Njoku. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Brooklyn.
Here's Watson.
Right back to Njoku.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for, made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
This offense back to work now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Skirts by him at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Now the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. DJ Chark, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head east to check out the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. P.J. Walker leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Zach Wilson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down.
Finds Pickens out right.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill. Now 2nd and 5.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught. Touchdown.
George Pickens.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Condors have cut it back within a score.
The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Watson. That is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson.
The short one there, caught by Likely.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that
It's caught. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney from 6 yards away. And the Condors are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Haynes. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
Jackson. That went into the hands of Toney downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a great read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Meanwhile, Jackson throw into the hands of Pickens.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Tucker's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, there was a tale of 2 halves, weren't you?
But I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Shoves him aside.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted out to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6.
Tucker's kick is good.
And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. From the gun, here's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the 50, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Jackson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here's 1st and 10. Watson to throw.
That's pretty difficult to summon up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Watson. Complete to Boyd.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Now Watson.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say sayonara from Tokyo.